Let me ask you this. If you knew that housing prices were about to go up, but right now we were in a buyer's market with plenty of inventory, would you jump in? Because that's exactly the scenario that is playing out in much of Greater Vancouver and the Fraser Valley right now. We've got high inventory levels, sellers are more flexible, and prices, they've been declining in many real estate segments. But here's the thing, this is not going to last forever. The perfect storm is brewing, and if you've been waiting on the sidelines, this could be the opportunity that you have been waiting for. Why is that? Well, it's because US tariffs are about to send construction costs through the roof. And when that happens, history tells us that housing prices will follow. Canada, it already has a massive shortage in housing. We need 5.8 million new homes just to meet the current demand. And builders, well, they're already struggling. They're struggling to keep up. And now that these tariffs are going to be here, they are going to make things even worse. Hey guys, Glen Hopkins here. And if you've been on the fence about buying, well, I want you to pay attention because right now in this video, I'm going to explain why this might just be your window of opportunity, but it's not going to be open forever. So let's start off with what's happening behind the scenes that most buyers aren't actually thinking about just yet. You see, just yesterday, the US government, they slapped a 25% tariff on Canadian imports, including key building materials, things like steel and aluminum. So why does this matter? Well, it's because these are the core materials that go into every home built in Canada. And there's a lot of talk also about potential new duties on lumber as well. And past tariffs have always led to noticeable price increases. Now, as a result, developers, well, they're becoming more cautious, with some of them slowing down their projects as they try to navigate the uncertainty around the rising costs and the supply chain disruptions. And here's where it gets really serious. If builders can't afford to build, fewer homes are going to hit the market. And in a country where we already don't have enough homes, that's going to cause a chain reaction that impacts both new and resale properties. Which brings us to the real question. How does this affect you as a buyer? Well, right now, you have a rare moment in the market that, in my opinion, is not going to last all that long. You see, in Greater Vancouver and the Fraser Valley, inventory is at a 10-year high, meaning that buyers have options, they have negotiation power, and they have time, which is something that we have not seen in years. And that is why in many areas, prices have actually been declining. But here's what happens next. As these new construction prices rise, well, home buyers are going to shift to resale homes. And that increase in demand is going to start pushing resale home prices up. Sellers are going to adjust their expectations and the market is going to shift. So while you might feel that prices could keep on going down, and they might for a little bit longer, we don't know, but the reality is that the market shift is already forming beneath the surface. And, if you're waiting for a better deal, that window might already be closing. Now let's talk about something even bigger than just these tariffs, because this isn't just about rising construction costs. You see, the real issue is Canada is in a full-blown housing crisis. According to the Canadian Mortgage and Housing Corporation, we need 5.8 million new homes just to keep up with demand. Immigration is at record highs, bringing in over 1.2 million people per year. And developers, well, they were already struggling to build enough homes to meet this demand. Now add the tariffs into this mix and what do you get? Well, you're going to get higher construction costs, which means fewer new builds. Fewer new builds, well, that means more demand for resale homes. More demand for those resale homes means that, well, prices are eventually going to rise. It's basic supply and demand. And when supply does not meet demand, prices will go up. Now, I obviously don't have a crystal ball here, but if I was to make a prediction based on what we're seeing right now, here's what I think is going to be coming. Builders are going to pass these higher costs onto buyers, making new construction even more expensive than it already was. And at the same time, some developers, they're going to delay or cancel projects altogether, which means fewer new homes are going to be hitting the market. As a result, again, more buyers are going to turn to resale homes, driving up demand and prices at the same time. And sellers, they're going to take notice and they're going to start raising their asking prices. And those buyers who thought that they had time, well, they're going to end up paying more down the road. So here's the big question. Are you going to buy now while you still have the advantage, or are you going to take the risk of waiting too long and then eventually seeing prices start to climb again? Now, I'm not saying that you should rush out and buy just any home here, but if you've been thinking about buying, now might just be the best time to take action. A time when interest rates are lower and good prices are still in your favor. Because right now, you have more homes to choose from and more negotiation power in this specific market, with a lot of sellers actually more motivated than they have been in years. And by the way, if you want to get the best deal possible, check out my Home Buyers Negotiation Guide. It's free, and I'm going to put a link in the description box below. I'll also put a QR code up here on the screen so that you can download it. All right, now here's the kicker. Tariffs, they are not the only factor at play when preparing to buy a home. Right now, there's something else that could impact every single buyer over the next few months. And it's something that most people aren't even talking about just yet. So if you are thinking about making a move, you're going to want to check out this next video right here. And of course, if you have any questions or you want to chat about your specific situation, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I will see you on the next video.